Hello, welcome to the Internships 101 online workshop. I'm Laura Hickerson and I work here in Career and Academic Planning. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please print off this Internships 101 worksheet that will help you as we go along throughout the workshop. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We hope you get some good tips on searching for your internships. Pieces of the puzzle to think about: make sure that you know yourself and know what you have to offer, whatever company or organization you're hoping to work for. Think about what kind of job are you actually looking for. Now, that sounds kind of basic, but it is really an important thing to consider, because knowing what kind of job you're looking for will sometimes help you know which avenues are best to go down when you start your search. Make sure that you have your documents ready, like your resume, your cover letter, and a reference list, because those are all documents that you will be asked to submit when you start your search. And make sure that you develop your online and professional image. So LinkedIn, if you have any social media accounts, make sure that they are professional and that you delete anything that you would consider unprofessional. This slide is talking about the NACE competencies. So there are 8 competencies that our office is striving to help students make sure that they obtain while they're here at JMU. So looking at this list, ask yourself, are you proficient in these, or are there some of them that you would like to work on? And those are some things that you can strive to improve upon as you're looking at your potential internships. What are some things you would want to build upon? So maybe you want to work on your professionalism skills or your teamwork and collaboration skills. And those are some things to consider when you're looking at different kinds of internships. Some decisions to think about: you definitely want to think about geographic location. Do you need to be back home for the summer, or do you need to, or would it be okay to maybe live with a relative or go somewhere totally different? Think about whether your internship needs to be paid or unpaid. I know oftentimes students want to be paid, and I totally understand that. But there are lots of good, great unpaid internships too to think about. So maybe you're working in an unpaid internship that could be 20 hours a week or something, and then you could also work somewhere else to help supplement your income. Academic credit or no credit: there are some majors that do require internships for academic credit as a contingency for graduation. So if your major is one of those, then you definitely would want to be seeking your internship for credit. Some majors encourage internships for credit, but they don't require it. And then some majors don't even offer internships for credit at all. So that is a big question to consider. And think also just about the general kind of position that you're looking for. Some search strategies to think about: we have Handshake now, which is a great new tool that JMU acquired in May of 2018. It's a wonderful online tool that has hundreds of job postings as well as internship postings, and they're not just in Virginia, they're all over the whole country for all majors. So I definitely encourage you to check out Handshake. We also have lots of other job listings on our CAP website. These are not sites that we maintain, but these are good sites that you certainly can use to help you find an internship. You can find internships on social media, through networking, all different kinds of ways you can find internships. There's also on-campus events such as our Career and Internship Fair that happens every fall and spring semester that CAP puts on. There's also several other smaller fairs that happen throughout the semester that are often put on by academic departments in collaboration with CAP. So keep your eye out for those. There's Meet the Firms Night for business students. There's the SIZE Career Fair for students that are in that college. There's a nursing recruiting day. There's teacher recruitment day. So there are becoming more and more smaller fairs that are run by different departments. So keep an eye out for those as well. We also have on-campus interviewing that happens every semester in the fall and spring, and that's when companies are physically coming to campus and interviewing students, which is a great way to get interview experience, also a great way to get potential job offers without even having to leave campus. So that's definitely a great thing to check out. Talk to your professors, talk to your parents, talk to anyone that you know that, has an interest in helping you. So, don't be afraid to talk to people about what you're hoping to get experience in over the summer. There's all kinds of crazy random stories that you hear students say when they tell you about their internship and you ask them, well, how did you get that? And it's always like a friend of a friend, or I was talking to someone in the airport, and just these random connections that happen. It doesn't have to be a relative, but you do need to be comfortable talking about what you're looking for. So definitely don't be afraid to tell people what you're trying to find for the summer, and you'd be surprised all the wonderful networking possibilities that can come out of that. On the back of your worksheet that you printed off, there's a section here to start thinking about, who's in your network, or who could you potentially try and connect with to try to get more information on potential internship opportunities. And don't be afraid to target companies directly. So, only 20% of jobs are advertised anywhere. So that's a lot, 80% approximately, that of jobs that aren't posted anywhere. So sometimes, if you just target a company directly, if there's a company in your hometown that you've always thought it would be cool to work for, or maybe you're, in a different place over the summer living with a relative and you're trying to figure out, well, where could I potentially intern in Atlanta or wherever it is that you are, look at a company's Chamber of Commerce. We have links to those on our website. And the Chamber of Commerce is basically an organization that lists all the businesses in a certain city. So you can definitely look and say, okay, well, what hospitals exist in this area? What law firms exist in this area? Whatever kind of experience you're trying to get. And that will help you narrow down potential places that you might be able to work. So you can certainly go to their website, see if they have anything posted. If they don't, you could send them a cover letter and a resume. You could call them. There's all different ways that you can target companies, directly. And that's a great way to, potentially find opportunities. Companies like Proactive Students, and the worst thing they can say is, I'm sorry we don't have anything this summer, but, thanks for, reaching out. We'll think about you for the future. It's a great way to potentially find positions. That's the way I got all my positions when I was in college, and it worked out well for me. So that's definitely something to consider. And if you need help with that, you certainly can come into CAP, and we'd be happy to help you with any of these things. Here's a screenshot of our new platform, Handshake. It's a nice interface. It's very easy to use. You can favorite jobs that you like. You can, search lots of different ways and really kind of narrow down what it is that you're looking for. So I highly, highly recommend you check out Handshake. I think you will be pleasantly surprised. This is a screenshot of our job and internships page. So you can see we have a section here on internship resources. We have a section on Handshake. We have a section on how to find positions, searching my major by city. So lots of great information about our career fairs, interviewing, lots of wonderful resources on the website. Another screenshot, kind of digging a little bit deeper on strategies. Also, Vault is another great resource that we have, an online resource that you can use to research companies. You also can look up internships and jobs on Vault as well. So these are some of those websites I mentioned that we don't maintain, but they are good places to look also. Social media is another great way to let people know what you're looking for and also find potential positions. So definitely make sure that you think about, what's on your social media, and, that you're actively using it. So if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, I highly recommend that you create one. And it's more than just, putting a picture up and, putting that you're a JMU student. You definitely want to be active on LinkedIn. You want to seek recommendations. You want to put your resume on LinkedIn. If you have any samples of your work, that's definitely a great place to post, a writing sample. Maybe you have a snippet of a presentation that you did, pictures of something you created. So LinkedIn is a very professional way to showcase all of that information. So I highly recommend that you get on LinkedIn. It's also a great way for networking, a great way to connect with others and see potential jobs as well. So this is a picture from one of our career fairs. And the highlight here is saying the number one way JMU students find internships and jobs is through networking, and that is always true. Whenever we survey students and ask them how they found their jobs, networking is always the number one way. So you can network at career fairs, you can network anywhere. So networking is definitely just collecting information and sharing that information with others. So you request information, share it with others, other people are doing the same with you. So definitely, if you're not familiar with networking, or if networking is a little scary to you, I definitely encourage you to come in and connect with us, and we would be happy to help you with networking, talk to you about different ways that you could potentially network. And we also have some information on our website too, so you can learn more about finding jobs through networking. I also want to take a little bit of time and talk about a new class that we have here in CAP. It's called UNST 480. It is a 1 credit. It's 1 to 3 credits, but it's typically taken as 1 credit internship course. It's online and taught in the summer. It's been taught by me the past 2 summers. It's for any major. You do have to request permission to take it, and it is for students who need to have an internship for credit because the employer that they're hoping to work for has requested it of them. It's also for students who are in a major that doesn't offer internship credit. For example, computer science doesn't offer internships for credit. It's also for students who are interested in doing internships outside of their major area. So let's say, for example, you're a political science student and you want to intern in a media type field, and your internship coordinator is saying, well, it's not political science related, so you can't do a political science internship class for this particular internship. So you might be able to take it through UNST 480. And also for international students, they are required to be getting credit for their internships in order to work off campus. So this is another group of students might be interested in UNST 480. So it basically was created for students that needed to have an internship class for credit, but they didn't have anywhere else to go. So we didn't want students to be left out. We didn't want students to be able to we didn't want students to have to pass up great internship opportunities because there wasn't a class for them. So that's why this class was created. So definitely, if you feel like you're in one of these situations, or you might potentially be, you certainly can reach out to the CAP internship coordinator, which is currently myself, and can see if that might be a potential opportunity for you. Also, we have an unpaid internship scholarship, which is really a wonderful new initiative that CAP has started. We first created this scholarship in 2007, so we've been giving it away for 2 years now. It's a wonderful opportunity for students that are working in unpaid internships to obtain a scholarship to help them pay for housing or transportation or things like that. It's not supposed to take the place of a salary, unfortunately, but it's supposed to help students that have great internship opportunities, but they need help with housing or transportation costs or things like that, rent for an apartment maybe. You do have to be working at least 240 hours over the summer, and that usually breaks down to about 30 to 40 hours per week for at least 8 weeks. And the reason why we have this requirement is that if you're working 10 to 20 hours a week or something, not full time, you could potentially have another job to help you pay for your expenses. But if you're working 30 to 40 hours a week, that's a lot, and it would be difficult to have another job on top of working all those internship hours. It is for any major. It's for freshmen through rising seniors. You do need to have at least 1 semester left at JMU. So if you are graduating in May, but you still have 1 more class to take or something, that doesn't count. You have to have at least 1 whole semester, meaning you're going to be on campus in the fall semester in order to qualify for the scholarship. So you have to at least have a 2.5 minimum GPA. You must be taking at least 1 academic credit during the summer, and that's usually your internship class, whether you're taking UNST 480 or whether you're taking an internship class in your major, you do have to be taking at least 1 credit. And that's just how we had to work everything out with financial aid and who administers the scholarship for us. Financial aid is not required, but we do consider it when we're trying to decide who to award the scholarships to. There is an application process. It is competitive, but we try to give away as many scholarships or award as many scholarships as we can. In the first year in 2017, we awarded 23 students scholarships, and in 2018 we awarded 27 students with scholarships. So we were really happy to be able to award students that are working in these amazing internships all over the country, internationally even. So it's really been exciting to be able to help those students get those great experiences. So next steps, you want to make sure you update your profile in Handshake. You want to make sure you have your resume and cover letter ready to go. If you need help with that, please come into CAP. We're happy to help you with that. Practice interviewing with Interview Stream, which is one of our online software products that can assist with practice interviews. Attend workshops around campus, resume writing, LinkedIn interviewing, whatever you feel like you need help with. Definitely seek out the resources. We have wonderful resources to help you with all of those things. And identify 3 to 4 references that you can use for your reference page, whether they're previous supervisors or whether they're professors, advisors. Think about who you might ask to be a reference, and make sure that you do ask. Don't just assume that somebody will be a reference for you because you had them for a class last semester. You have to definitely ask if they would be a positive reference for you and if they would be willing to serve in that capacity. So be open to possibilities, cast your net widely. When you're searching, apply for everything that you feel you might potentially accept if you are, given the opportunity. The more jobs you apply for, the more potential offers you might get and potential interviews you might get. And make sure that you utilize our services. We're here to help. We would love to see everyone and help you figure out what's the best steps for you to take for your internship search. So thanks for watching today, and please come into CAP if you need help. We are on the 3rd floor of the Student Success Center, and you can make an appointment to see us through Handshake, and we would love to talk to you. So thanks so much. Bye-bye.